Yeah! Hello and welcome to this Warno 2v2 game played between MrFranjc J playing 24th US Infantry, Light Bull playing 2nd Panzergrenadier Division West Germany, and they're going up against ML Jesus playing 9th East German, and Seb playing 25th Tank Division. So between the lot of them, I think 24th is a really bad div, but some people seem to really like it. 2nd Panzergrenadier is always good. 9th East German's really OP, and 25th Soviet's pretty strong as well. We're on Loop today, a map you don't see very often. It was taken out of Ranked. Used to be a 1v1 map in Ranked. Basically, Red's got a much better side than Blue for a variety of reasons, and I think this is why it was removed. Basically, on Dimitri, Red gets these buildings here, which help them secure this side and get across this bridge. And they also get this building here, which, you know, if they've got forward deployed especially, they could get that in there at the start, and blue stuff all gets shot by that building and the other buildings. In mid, it used to be that blue had a slight advantage because this was all forest, but then Eugen just decided to get rid of all that. So now blue's only advantage on this map is gone. So now, if you know, there's not very many places to hide from the MLRS up here, and red starts with the town, and they get these buildings, right? Whereas blue does not have preferential access to the town. And on this side, it's even worse because red gets the whole town and blue gets nothing. So yeah, pretty imbalanced map. Looking at the deployments, we got not a whole lot of units for blue. I'm not sure if they bought loads of planes or something. There's just not a lot here. Sorry, I was just checking to see if they'd finished their deployment. They have. So, like, where's all their stuff? They must have bought a bunch of planes or something. I mean, there's just nothing here. So one CV, Bradley. Oh, excuse me. Just edit that part out. Milan 2's trying to get to here. I mean, they shouldn't do, depending on... I suppose their opponents don't actually have any airborne forward deployed, so maybe this will get here. FS Jaeger for the town, and yeah, you should be going for the church, really. Religious people can see further than atheists, so you see that the atheists can't see very far. And yeah, because the enemy don't have any airborne forward deployed, you could actually push it up to here, I think. And then behind that, there's some 50 cows. One of them is going to the church. One of them's going here. I mean, like, yeah, this used to be forest as well. That's all gone too. So, I mean, red used to hide CVs in here, but now they can't. So I guess that's a change that benefits blue quite a bit. Like, you can't hide your CV in there anymore. So if blue gets to here, he's gonna see all that. You can still hide it over here, like, but yeah, it's not as good. But then again, blue used to hide their CV in here. Now they can't really do that either. So swings and roundabouts. Air cav troopers, so I think blue's going to have it in mid. I just don't understand where all their stuff is. If this is like a 0.75 income game or 1,000 starting points game or something. Over here, blue are trying to use their forward deployment to get in, but hopefully they've bought some planes because basically 2nd Panzergrenadier doesn't get forward deployed AA, which means that you can counter it quite easily by spamming out helicopters, like is happening right here. So hopefully they bought a lot of planes with their income. Switches to their opponent's deployment. They don't have many units either, so I think this is probably a 0.75 times income game or something. Because there's just not a lot here. So yeah, Razvedka, then Razvedka BMP-2s, some Saperi, some Strelas, 3 helicopters we spoke about, Razvedka BMP-1, a FOB, which it makes a lot of sense if you want to be spamming out your rocket RT. I'd be tempted to go 2 FOBs. And then just have the 9th player just buy 3 RM70s and just shoot everything. I'm pretty sure 25 gets grads as well. And yeah, on this side, you know, there's basically Dimitri is just like abandoned by blue. And so it looks like ML Jesus is going to get that for free. So let's cast the game, and we shall do so from this perspective. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to look at the planes, so I guess that's where all the income went. So 2 Phantom 2s here, and a Napalm, and a Strike Eagle. Wow, okay, so yeah, it is a ×1 income game. And the planes sort of 2v1ing and 2v1ing there. The planes from red not very effectively microed. Lots and lots of planes from blue. Strike Eagle's going for the helicopter, okay. and the napalm is going where exactly? I mean, you'd expect it to be going for the road. Really, Seb should have landed his helos as soon as he saw all this. As soon as his planes lost that phantom fight, he should have been like, oh, you know, time to leave. Anyway, this one manages to land, which means the Strike Eagle could just kill that. Well, it's routed now, which is making it stand up. So really, these should be coming around and killing it, but they're going for the Razvedka instead. Iltis goes down there with whatever it was carrying, probably a Milan 2. And yeah, this shouldn't be allowed to survive. There's so many planes here. The Strike Eagle drops its first bomb, gets the Aufklärer. F-16 is getting hit by the Strelas now. Strike Eagle's out of there. One F-16 goes down. More Phantoms purchased. Looks like those aircraft troopers, one of them doesn't make it. This isn't going to win. I mean, at that point, it's basically too late to evac it. But yeah, no AA. They're relying wholly on their ASFs. So yeah, I mean, pretty interesting attack from Blue. Lots of planes. And okay, so that wins that fight. I mean, they cost about the same. They are about the same performance. But yeah, this is just getting shot and he's not reacting. So, I mean, if this was there, it would be able to kill that one. So he needs to just pay a bit more attention. But yeah, as you can see, you know, very exposed reinforcement route for Blue. They've basically got to use this manually. And they should now move up their Bradleys. Over here, ML Jesus just got this for free because there was no defense. Quite surprised such an expensive CV was used, but I guess he's now a TOW2 launcher, but it's got bad stealth, so it's not great. And yeah, Red's done a good job of holding on to the sides here, so they're not fully out of this zone yet, although they've not gone for center. I don't understand where their CV was. I suppose they must have had one for Anna, which died. Anyway, this Milan 2 is not on an attack move order. But yeah, the FS Jaeger is just in the wrong house, right? If they were in this house, they would be killing this, but... Okay, so this must be a second Strike Eagle, or it's just back. Has it been 2 minutes? Probably not. I think it's the second one. He's called Sweet. Napalm I really don't recommend, because it only kills him if you leave the building. You see he's not leaving the building there. Strike Eagle's doing a lot of work there. But the Pioneer finishes him off with the Satchel. And yeah, it's looking pretty good for Blue. I mean, I'm quite surprised. I thought they were just going to get rolled. This map is quite balanced. But their forward deployment, their plane tactic was sort of a good one. This isn't going for the SU there, but now we can see how much it costs. Yeah, it's the same price. Tornado goes down. Phantom's on the ML. SU-27 is probably going to make it out of there, but the Strelas are getting a lot of shots off here, and it's not good news for Blue there. I mean, I suppose this could now move forwards. I mean, to be honest, all of this could move forwards. That thing is a bit of an issue, but he's got a plane. I mean, he could. Well, I mean, the Strelas are there, so not really. Buying 2 Gepards. I'd be buying Stingers. I'd be getting the 24th player to buy Stingers for this. And okay, so he gets that, but he might lose it. So even though these were moving, they've got perfect stabilizers, so it's just the same while moving as not moving. And yeah, +2 for Blue. So let's just see if they can secure their position. The interesting part here is that, so all of Red's units here, he could have actually taken Ivan, because there was nothing here. But he didn't even probe it, right? He could have just sent this forwards. Oh, there's a Bradley CV there. Get the T-72 on it and kill it. And then, you know, push. But instead, a lot of Red's forces weren't doing anything, whereas most of Blue's forces were fighting. I mean, there was not too much action here. But yeah, Blue needs to secure the whole zone instead of just sitting there. I mean, having one here is good, but like these guys should be here and here. You should have people in here because look, you can see across here, which helps you. And yeah, there is an Igla there, which there shouldn't be. And if you get to here, then they can't reinforce because you'll be hitting them with the Panzerfaust 3. But they're not doing that, which isn't good because now Red is. Well, I don't know. I mean, I suppose they're not really reinforcing there. Cubs starting to be purchased here. And yeah, I was going to say Blue could use some Eyehawks in mid. You don't really want to put it there. You want it in mid so that it could cover as much of the map as possible. But yeah, putting it right in the middle there doesn't make too much sense. Bit of supply here would be useful. You know, some itos or something. And yeah, they're starting to reinforce this a little bit, which is sensible. And red is slowly moving up here. And the game slows down a bit, so +2 for blue. They'll win in 18 minutes if this keeps on, but I'd be surprised. But basically what blue needs to do now is just focus on holding on to what they have. So they need to reinforce mid. They need to sweep mid. The fact that this is here and they don't know about it is really stupid. They need a recon unit in here. I appreciate having the toe in there is useful. They need a recon unit in here because it can see further. And then you want a guy in here, a guy in here, a guy in here, a guy in here. You especially want recon and ATGMs here because then you can start shooting all this stuff. It becomes very difficult for the enemy to deal with. So, Strike Eagle forced back by the Su-27 there. It's got like 10 missiles. It's crazy. It's way better than the Tornado, but it costs the same. Because it's got 10 missiles, the Tornado's got 8, and its missiles are longer range. Hopefully the Tornado shows up again so I can show you. But the Tornado's a bit overpriced. More of that bounce by division nonsense from my predecessor. I mean, I'm not like balanced man now, but they at least listen to what I say, whereas before he would just ignore. Well, no, it'd be nice if he ignored me. He just flames you. So yeah, some supply coming in here. I mean, really, you want the supply to be going to the units rather than sort of piling everybody out in the open. But whatever. Still +2 for blue, and red is buying stuff. And yeah, it looks like they're coming for this. I mean, this is just such a letdown for blue. Why didn't they take this? Why didn't they finish taking the zone? They just sort of like, oh, we've got the points, time to stop. And in the meantime, red's getting units in here. This shouldn't be happening. There should have been an ATGM here and a Panzerfaust 3 there. So I guess this is quite an obvious place to be in. So they should really be moving them all now. I suppose I did just say you should put a recon in there, but yeah. So Mr. S. And okay, so the Eagle has been spotted. But yeah, they really need to clean this out. I mean, like get a defensive helicopter, get some AA. Right, there should be Eyehawks here. Like, the Eyehawk being here isn't very useful. You see how half of its radius is poking off the side of the map there? Should be here, and it can help everybody. Obviously, you've got this PrezVedka problem. And yeah, it looks like a light bulb is building this up, and Mr. They're sort of both building both up, I guess. This is mainly MrFranjc's area. So, okay, so now they're moving up, which is great, but they've allowed red to get a foothold in here. And if both red... Yeah, it looks like both red players are going for mid here, which is not good for blue. I mean, blue really shouldn't be going for Anna. I hope he's not trying to do that. It kind of looks like he is. They need to sort this out. And certainly, you know, once you got a tank here, it's difficult for these to get this way. So yeah, I like that Milan position, for example. So Strike Eagle finally goes a bit too deep there and gets shot. That was a bit greedy, to tell you the truth. Like, all of this is enemy controlled, right? And Blues finally realised, oh yeah, yikes, red has units here. So you can move this Bradley round and this ACAV round and get those shooting. I mean, they will win that fight because it's 2 squads against 1, but could be winning it by more. And oh wow, they're actually going for this. I don't recommend that. I'd be taking this first, right? You get up to here, and then you can start shooting them across here, and then you can pressure them a bit this way, right? They've got to put units here because you might cross the bridge. You don't actually cross the bridge, you'll just die. And then you hit them here. But first you got to sort this out. You got to take this. You always want to be flanking. So these guys went back in here and got hit. And I'm not sure that was going on a Milan 2 squad. And it dies for it, so not worth it at all, really. I hope this Eyehawk moves, otherwise that Mister's probably going to get it. And yeah, I mean, this was not ideal. I mean, I can understand having a bit of defense there, but well, to be honest, there's not actually that much there. It's probably fair enough. So okay, so now they're sorting this out finally, and you know, one wonders what on earth he's doing. I mean, wouldn't this be better over here somewhere? Okay, so he's been stunned now. I don't really like these Conkers ones. I think that you're paying like 15 points for a Conkers, basically. I don't really think it's worth it. But you know, there are a lot of Conkers here. He's got to reverse that the right way, because otherwise, yeah, this is going to shoot him now. He had to go this way, really. Although, looks like that's going for harder 1A3 Milan. Pioneer should beat Motostrokey there. Hopefully this guy gets the help he needs as Vedka goes down. I don't think they got the ACAV. But yeah, it looks like Red coming in here hot, and Blue's position was just weak. He really should have moved up to this. None of this would have been possible if he'd had those FS Jaegers and that Milan in here. But he doesn't. But having said that, you know, once he comes over this ridge with the IFVs, well, I don't know. I mean, this guy will get shot by all this as soon as these guys come over. So yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame. But they're still on a +2. I mean, they're almost halfway to victory. So that guy dies really fast, as you might expect. That none of this should have been possible, really. Like, this would be a really good ATGM position, actually, with those forests being clear now. And yeah, there's just not a whole lot of blue stuff here. I don't know. I don't know where it's all gone. Like, there's lots here. Oh, I see. They've started buying arty. Okay. Buying both arty pieces at once. That's 2 minutes income there when you're being attacked here. It's not intelligent. You could buy 2 Lars instead, maybe, and that might help, but I'm not so sure about that. That was just trying to find AA positions, I suppose, but no, I'm not so sure about this at all. Strike Eagle's probably going to die there. There's a lot of missiles going for it, and down it goes. Might say that's a bit unlucky, to tell you the truth, but 6 missiles, 2 hits, maybe not. But yeah, that wasn't intelligent. Really, they need a defensive helo back here, right? They've got National Guard Apaches, they've got the Bhopal 101s, and you just get that back here and you just start shooting all these because there's literally no AA here. The Cubs, obviously, but they're not anti-helo. So it looks like Red's getting back in this zone. It's a shame. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of units here that Blue could, like, send across as well. Like, you know, these should really be here. So that they can shoot across. Bradley's just sort of running into smoke and dying there. It's not fantastic. It's his smoke as well, so... The Mister's not really been shooting, which is a shame. He spent a lot of money on it. I mean, it put 2 volleys on this, and it took out the church tower there. Communists, of course, very anti-religious people, as it is written in the Book of Marx. So yeah, taking out the church there, that's good communist behaviour. Stalin will reward you. And yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here, like what the plan is, although that T-64 might die here. Okay, it misses. I mean, this does have pretty high accuracy. Oh, so does this, actually. Right, well, the T-64 will die because the next... yeah. Oh, the smoke saves it, but... oh, it's going to shoot that now. Oh, yeah, this needs to smoke right now. It's dead. Not fantastic. So there you go, National Guard Apache's out, and they've got to watch out for the planes, right? So you know, you needed the ASFs up, really. Yeah, like, you need them up before that happens, not when it happens. You just leave it up and just shift click back here, so it's always here. You would see it sooner as well, because when you don't have the AA up, and also like the IHawk being here is really not helping. If there was an IHawk back here, that would be cool. There's a lot of planes coming in over here, so I think they won that plane trade, Blue. I mean, this tornado might go down here. Probably. Oh, wow. Okay. Lots of misses. Yeah. Don't clump up like this. This is not smart at all. Even if you all miss the BMP2. Yeah, this Bradley somehow got over here. And yeah, I think they're buying too many. Like, they've not bought any seed or anything. They just keep getting hit by all these Cubs. And losing the planes, but they keep buying the planes. I don't know. I'd be buying ground units, really. Yeah. So red going easy on the arty, which I think makes sense when you're behind like this. And yeah, this is why you don't put 3 guys in one building. And well, yeah, a lot of deaths there. They lost one and most of the other 2. Oh, there they go. They're all dead now. So Grad out. Somewhat sensible, although he's going for the same position, so not really. Yeah, I mean, okay, so that's a pretty decent shot there. But yeah, imagine if this guy, instead of buying these 2, had bought 2 Leopard 2s, and they'd be here, or even 2 Eyehawks, and one of these and 2 Eyehawks, right? 1 Leopard 2 and 2 Eyehawks. The Eyehawks would be back here, right? But he didn't do that. And so you might get this CV, right? You might get it. It is moving. It just comes down to the... Okay, so he did get it. But yeah, he's trying to push here, which is not going to work. I mean, maybe feint there to make the enemy put stuff here, but really they need to be focusing on this, because this is a big problem. This is not fantastic. The T-72s are very, very cost-effective for their price. Losing both those Apaches as well was not fantastic at all. I would have just bought 1 and had the planes up. And then when it dies to the enemy planes, hopefully you kill the enemy planes and then you buy a second one, right? Instead, he lost both of them in one pass, which was pretty unlucky, to tell you the truth. I mean, those are not helo hunting planes. They don't have the double anti-helo missile. Looks like he's showing some cheeky side armor there. Conkers do one-shot Leopard 2s if they hit them in the sides. And yeah, blue really like buying planes, I guess. Okay. Not sure how we saw that, but there you go. And yeah, still no Eyehawk here. Just lots of enemy planes. Looks like he's just going to fly this tornado over all the enemy cubs. It does survive. It does rout this. So yeah, attacking over here, not very intelligent at all whatsoever. Really, you'd want to be helping your teammate here rather than trying to charge across an open field. Because yeah, it's not looking great for. Actually, this is all light bulb. What? So he is helping his teammate, but he's also attacking here. I wouldn't be attacking here. I would just be feinting here, and all of this I would have sent across this bridge to help out the team. Imagine if you had a Leopard 2 coming up here. Right, that would be cool. Get some stuff. You don't want to clump these up so much. I understand he's using it for recon, but I think 1 cub hit here would hit... Whoa, we need it to hit. Oh, okay, it didn't kill them both. So yeah, he's trying to get in here. It's not really going to work. I mean, he could smoke a bit more, right? He's not got the AA. The Captain's back here, so it's not fantastic. And there you go. One of the Leopard 2s goes down. These are too strong. They reload in 1 second, unlike every other fire and forget playing in the game. Yeah, I don't rate the napalm plane, but if your enemy walks into the napalm and dies, then I guess it's very, very effective, as we see here. So there you go. Very powerful gameplay. Blue has also made no attempt to try and find the enemy... will it make it? Enemy fobs. Like, they could have tried to send something around here. They might have found this, I don't know. I mean, it's not really being used yet. You've got 20 minutes to sort it out. And yeah, 24th, just really not a great div. I mean, it relies on the Strike Eagle, which I think are both dead now. And then you've just not got very good tanks or anything. I just don't rate it at all. Some people seem to like it. I think it's kind of bad. I'm not sure what the advantage is supposed to be, apart from the Strike Eagle, which is just RNG dependent. But I mean, there is loss of AA here, so it was going to die eventually. Especially like the one he sent back here. The one he died over here died to like 6 max range missiles, but what can you do? So, yeah, I mean, this push went about as well as you might expect. Smoke's coming in now. Carl Gustav might get a side shot. Yeah, even then, these are pretty chunky tanks. And now that he's overextended here, he's probably going to lose this zone. Because he sent all his guys forwards and they all died, and now now there's not anything here. I mean, for some reason the Eyehawk is walking forwards into the enemy. He's not noticed yet, so that's a very dead Eyehawk there. Milan 2 team almost died there to the strafe, but I don't know. I mean, could you not see the Eyehawk? Surely you could see the Gepards as well. He's shooting at them, but so I'm not sure why he did that. Anyway, this guy has clearly not been spending his points, as you can see. And Red's hold here increases. I mean, it's just like, what are you supposed to do about this? I guess you could move this forwards and shoot this with the AT4s. That would be cool. But yeah, the meat Abrams is really just not very good, especially in comparison to these bad boys. You see they're cheaper. They deal more pen. They've got less range, right? But also got autoloaders and stuff. Like, this is just an absurdly cost-effective tank. I'd wager that the meat Abrams is a little bit too cheap, a little bit too expensive. But this thing is, and maybe this is a bit too cheap, but. I mean, it's just not. It's just ridiculous. Are these guys going to unload? I guess not. They're just going to sit there and get shot by the Strelers. And yeah, this guy's not in cover. Eyehawk's a bit far forwards. And okay, at least he's unloading them. I was going to say, hopefully that's not a bomber. You might lose them all here. You really don't want to be putting them all in the same place like this. Surprise forward deployed Eyehawk there. This is obviously going to die now. Well, he's still pushing. And yeah, there should be 2 Jaeger here, 2 Jaeger here, right? He's not deploying his units properly. Basically, you click up here, you click the unit, you click Y on your keyboard, and then you click here, and then it'll unload at position. You don't have to do all this nonsense, like accidentally leave your aircraft troopers in the air for ages. So yeah, it's gameplay. I mean, what can I say? Blue, they did some pretty cool forward stuff at the start, which allowed them to overcome some of the disadvantages in the map. I mean, the fact that they gave up this was kind of telling, right? They were just like, well, we can't fight 3 uneven zones. Might as well just fight 2 uneven zones, try and win those. But yeah, they didn't fully secure this, and the enemies just got back in now, and yeah, this is not fantastic at all. They've not been spending their points, though, I've noticed. Like, they... Yeah, maybe a bit of an overinvestment in Jaeger here. Could fall back a bit, you know, fall back a building. Perhaps get this back, because might die. Yeah. You know, move back a building so you don't get shot. Don't just stand there and get shot. Okay, stand there and get shot, I guess. These don't have AT, so they're not going to beat these, especially at these close ranges. The T-72s are very, very powerful at close ranges, so you see that, right? It just needs to smoke this. It's not... Everybody's just going to die, I guess. National Guard M1 Abrams, 200 points for a worse tank. With worse stats. Worse pen, less range, right? But worse pen, and also it's National Guard, so it immediately gets suppressed and becomes useless. And it costs more money. So you can make your own mind up about that. These things are just ridiculously over-armoured, basically. And over-gunned. Like, they have, like, time travel ammunition as well. And it's like the East German T-72s have the best, latest Soviet ammo. It just doesn't really make any sense. But there you go. What can I say? Certain people have certain biases, and you get something like this. I mean, it's also the only medium tank, I want to call it that, with 3 top armor. Like, this is a heavy tank, so it's got 3, right? But so, like Leopard 1s, Chieftains. What's another medium tank? T-55s, I guess. I suppose that's all of them. They all have 2 top armor. The T-72, no, it's got 3 top armor. And yeah, you see they're low cohesion, and they will stay that way for the next 7 minutes. So it's not great. Stop routing. Oh my god, it missed at that range. Oh dear. So yeah, I'm not sure why people play 24th. I suppose they're just masochistic. I just don't think it's great. Over here, this sort of went the way we said. So Blue's massive overextension led to him getting counter pushed. Now it looks like Red's going to be taking the left, which will put them on a +1 until they kill this, and then it'll be a +2. I mean, I assume they're going to kill it. There's a lot there. Needs to smoke, really. Like, these guys are out of ammo and stuff. I guess those smoke mortars died, so yeah, he's just getting counter pushed there. Yeah, it's not ideal. It's not ideal. I mean, second Panzergren's a good div. I really don't rate 24th at all. It's just about Strike Eagle RNG. Just hope your Strike Eagles have good RNG, but in 1v1 that can work, I guess, but in 2v2 and so on, there's just too much AA. So yeah, he's going to lose that zone. And that's going to put the enemy on a +3, +2. So using the Schmells to try and locate the CV. It's a good tactic, sending them all out at once. The Eagles could come in and try and do something about this. I mean, they're just sort of sat there. They got to be careful because the Strels are up to here now. And yeah, his only real answer here is to buy National Guard M1 Abrams and M1 IP Abrams. And both of those are just not very good compared to T-72s. They're a little bit too expensive, and the T-72s are a bit too cheap. So yeah, I just don't understand 24th at all. Spam Bradleys, I guess, but I don't know. You could do that in third, and then you've still got a decent division. So yeah, this guy probably not going to make it. He could pop his smoke, right? But can't really see that working out. So yeah, they've lost mid, right? That CV just went down. And yeah, it's just really brain dead gameplay on 9th East German. I mean, he didn't even buy the napalm thing. You just buy this all game, and you never run out. You buy this and BMP2s, which he's not actually done. Or at least we don't see that many BMP2s. It's mainly these, which aren't very good. You might as well pay 10 points more and get a BMP2. And yeah, you just buy that all game. Some comes behind MLRS anything. It's a pretty stupid div. So there you go. We had a surrender there. Presumably the other guy's about to go. Yeah, it's a shame because I feel like Blue could have made it if they'd sorted this out down there. But nah, not fantastic. So this is ML Jesus, 1,209 games. Seb, 825 games. Seems like they mainly play NATO, but both times I've seen them, they've been on PACT. That's about even. So what was that? 1,209, 825, 1,071, and yeah, 43. Yeah. So this guy brought into that heavyweight fight. Not fantastic for him. And yeah, 24th player. Obviously, he had a lot of games, but he's. I mean, just 24th man. What's the deal? What's the deal? So yeah, that's game. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you around. It's good to see Loop again. GG.